So today I'm going to be talking about why do you need more than one handheld. So I'm going to be talking about the Retroid Pocket Flip 2, the Nintendo Switch 2 and the Steam Deck. Most people would settle with one, but in my counter argument I would say you need all of them. But also if you stick throughout the whole of this video, you'll exactly know why you need three, or maybe you just need one. But in my case, I need all three of them. The whole point of a handheld is that you can pick this bad boy up anywhere and you just, put it in the back pocket and move on with your life. Most people, like who are in their late 20s, don't really have time to play video games. They get busy with their lives, they have things to do, they have responsibilities, which is really, really important. People have a life, right? Some people might argue that I don't have one. Anyways, jokes apart. Starting with the Retroid Pocket Flip 2. And let me tell you, right off the bat, this one is the one that excites me the most. And it's fair, right? Because we grew up in an era where we saw handheld devices booming. We started with the PSP. Actually, we didn't even start off with the PSP. We started with the Game Boy Advance, at least from the generation I came from. I was born in 1997. By the time I was in the year 2000s, my dad went to Japan and he got me a Game Boy Advance when I was a kid. And it was amazing. Like, I was playing games like Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire, and so many more games. But I remember most of the time just being on Pokemon, which is why I've become a Pokemon nerd as I grew up, but that's fine. This device kind of takes me back to the time when I had a Game Boy Advance SP. And whilst I was growing up, I remember dreaming about a PSP or even a Nintendo DS, where it was too hard to justify to parents that, you already have a PlayStation 2, you already have a Game Boy Advance SP, you already have a computer, why do you need a PSP? Well, I feel like this device is a perfect blend of being in 2025, having a device which you can carry everywhere and doing it all. So right now, I just popped this bad boy open and you can see the beautiful OLED screen. I think it's about 5.5 inches, beautiful OLED screen, and it's running God of War on an emulator, which is fine. And the thing about this thing is, like, you can apply widescreen hacks and do so much more that the graphics actually look so much more better than the native console. And it's not about the graphics, it's about how seamlessly you can actually emulate all of these devices over here, which I'm showing you on screen. And the only thing is that people would argue that you need to set it up and do all that. And to be fair, I kind of find that fun. When I got this device, first of all, my first few days was just all about setting it up. And if you're someone from the era of modding, Android phones, figuring out what custom firmware to install, CyanogenMod, this and that, you're probably into this kind of stuff, and it's the perfect retro gaming device. If you love tinkering around with your device, and trust me, you just have to do that once. After that, this machine literally becomes an all-in-one. And if you're thinking about battery life, well, it's the best among the three. I literally charge this boy up maybe once a week, and every time I go out filming or doing some work or probably doing something boring like, waiting in the tube or something around those lines. At times, like, you have to wait in the train for like 40-45 minutes to reach to a destination, and guess what do? And I would give the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 a solid 9.5 out of 10, and that is really, really high. A lot of people would be saying, have you even tried the Iron Thor? Well, to be honest, I don't even care about the Iron Thor, because the Pocket Flip 2 has justified all I need from a pocket handheld. Now on to the next machine, the Valve Steam Deck. Well, you're gonna ask me, hey, isn't the Steam Deck something that you have already reviewed? And isn't it something that came out in 2022? Do you know what makes this device incredible and it still holds its place in 2025, even when we are entering into 2026? It's the community. This thing never stops getting support. It just keeps on getting better and better and better. And I remember when I bought this, Spider-Man didn't run really well on this, and it ran around 40 to 50 frames per second with occasional stutters and stuff, and the game was playable. But I also had a PS5, and I still have a PS5, and I prefer playing it on that. But now the game has changed because frame generation is supported and a lot of community modded apps, which makes the game not just playable, actually fun, because you can actually scale up the games to 60 frames per second and even higher without input lag or stuff like that, and it actually makes the game so much more playable and fun. Let's face it, I have this gaming PC back there, but I use it most of the times to work and work on videos or whatever I need to do throughout the day. So if I'm taking a break, I want to be away from my computer, be in a couch or something and enjoy some high fidelity games. And how do I do that? Getting a Steam Deck. Now the question is this truly a handheld? Would you call this a handheld? I can't put this anywhere. I can barely put it into my bag. I wouldn't call this a handheld per se. Yes, you can call it a portable device if you want, but I wouldn't call it a handheld device by any means. Yes, it's a good device. Yes, it's powerful, but what does it lack? It lacks the battery life and it lacks the form factor. Anyways, I would give a Steam Deck a solid score of 8 out of 10 because I really love the device and the purpose it solves. I want to be away from the PC, still want to play high fidelity games, and it solves the purpose. Time for the third device. And why would you think I need a Switch 2? And the answer is probably not that obvious. It's a perfect blend of having, let's say, a proper homegrown console experience, sort of like a PC experience if I want to stretch it. Not really. It has a 120Hz display, it has a very slim device, and for the amount of performance you're getting from it is abysmal. You can literally play titles like Cyberpunk. Assassin's Creed Shadows recently came out on the Nintendo Switch 2, and a lot of AAA titles are coming on it as well. Most of the time I find myself playing Pokemon ZA on this. It looks really good. It's the device that I pick up the least, but also it's the device which I respect the most at the same time. It's slim, it's got that profile, it's got that performance, it's got everything. But the graphics, the performance, and the battery life on the device is really good. And to be really frank with you, I have owned the Switch 2 for more than 4 months right now, and I haven't used it so much since I've picked up the Retroid Pocket Flip 2. And the reason for that is because Switch 2 isn't really portable. I again go back to my argument that none of these consoles are actually handhelds per se. I would call them portable devices, but I would not call them handhelds. For me, a handheld is something that you walk out of the door and carry it with you every single day, no matter where you go. You're going to the tube, you're going to the grocery shop, you're going to the toilet to get a dump or something, you can take it with you, right? But on the other hand, these consoles, you probably don't want to take it with you because they're delicate, they're nice to, have a feel. Not that the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 isn't nice, but it's just, nice and cozy, like a lot of things. Anyway guys, this is my final verdict on why you need 3 handhelds. Each one serves a purpose, right, at the end of the day. I even have a PS5 which has been carefully neglected in this video. I sometimes use it to play FIFA on my TV or something. Whenever I get into the mood of playing Weekend League or playing a bunch of rivals matches and stuff like that, there are certain games I really want to play on the PS5 because of its fidelity. On the other hand, my PC does support really high fidelity games, be it if I want to play it in 4K, because I have a good spec'd out PC, specs linked in the description down below if you want to have a look what I'm talking about. But I just tend to keep myself a little bit isolated from the computer when I actually want to play video games, just so that I'm in a different state of mind, if that makes sense. Anyway guys, this was my take on why you need 3 handhelds at the least. And if you like this video and found it interesting, do leave a like and drop a comment in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one.